All right then, good morning everyone. Today is January 20th, 2021. This is a regular meeting of the members of the State Liquor Authority being conducted in Albany and also remotely. We have in Albany Chairman Bradley. We have joining us by video Commissioner Fan and Commissioner Ford. We have staff in attendance, General Counsel Meyerhoff by video, Deputy Commissioner Licensing Roberts in the Albany office, and myself, Secretary Donahue, also in the Albany office. Chairman, before we get started with the items, do you have any announcements to make?
I do not.
All right, then the next meetings of the authority are going to, their next regular meetings will be February 3rd, February 17th, March 3rd, March 17th. Those are all Wednesdays. All right, with that, the first item on the calendar is 00121 BELO Grill Inc. This is a request to extend the deadline for the conditional approval.
I will go to June.
All right, Commissioner Ford.
Same here.
Chairman Bradley.
I will do the same.
All right, then the next item, 122 LOCO Inc. This is a request for reconsideration regarding a disapproval of a on-premises liquor license.
I am going to vote to approve this license. No promoter.
All right, so you're granting reconsideration and then approving the license. Okay.
And the only thing I'm changing is no promoter.
Okay. Commissioner
actually,
Ford.
it says no promoter. I'm sorry, Tom.
So approved as is then. Okay. Commissioner Ford.
Yes.
I agree with council to grant reconsideration, and I will vote to approve as I did originally.
Chairman Bradley.
I will do the same.
All right, then the next item, 123, the conditional offer, RADEGAST Hall LLC. The offer is $1,500.
I accept.
Commissioner Ford.
Accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item is 124, Las Palmas Restaurant 2 Inc. This is a default at pleading. Commissioner Fan.
I'm at 1,500.
Commissioner Ford.
1,500.
Chairman Bradley.
1,500.
Next item is 125, MOJO 33 LLC. This is a conditional offer of $10,000, recorded background music only. The license was summarily suspended on December 11th.
Just for the record,
Countering at 15,000 and recorded music only.
Okay, I think council has a point to make.
yeah, I was just going to say, for the rep on this case and the reps who are listening, if I was a practicing lawyer, I would want to know how I was being perceived. And we're starting to see form letters being submitted by licensees claiming to be ashamed of their conduct. I think it's probably become clear to representatives who are out there that the board is interested in knowing that a licensee recognizes that they violated the law and is going to do better. But a form letter signed by, obviously prepared by a lawyer and signed by a client really doesn't get there. And if anything, it just drags down the credibility of the lawyer who's submitting it as well. So with that in mind, I thought it was worth saying, but I interrupted. So please continue with the voting.
All right, Commissioner Fan, I'm sorry, could you repeat your vote?
I'm going to vote to counter at 15,000 with recorded music only.
Commissioner Ford.
I was okay with accepting the 10,000 and recorded music only.
Okay. Chairman Bradley.
I'll take the 10 with recorded music only as well.
Well, the next item is 126, 510 Turnpike Associates. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
I'll accept 1,500.
Commissioner Ford,
I'll accept 1,500.
Chairman Bradley.
I'll accept.
The next item is 127, WHM Inc. of CNY. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
I'll accept 1,500.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accepted.
Chairman Bradley.
I'll accept.
Next item is 128, Cloister East Inc. This is a matter that went to hearing. And with most of and all the charges sustained by the ALJ. Commissioner Fan,
I'm at cancel and bond.
with adopting the findings for each charge as the ALJ did.
Yes, please.
Commissioner Ford,
I'm at cancel and bond as well. I mean, even with all the charges that were dismissed, the remaining 16 are still justify cancel and bond for this particular location.
and Commissioner Ford, you're agreeing with the ALJ with respect to what charges are sustained and dismissed.
Yes, I am.
Chairman Bradley.
So, I mean, I read through this controversion. I have to say it was rather unique because it seemed like the lawyer for the licensee was at a different hearing than the ALJ. And actually makes a rather unique argument that I chuckled to, that basically was arguing that it's not illegal to hold a liquor license if the corporation has been dissolved. I found that akin to saying that and he's basically saying that because it's not in the ABC law that the corporation has to be in existence. Well, it's also not in the motor vehicle law that you have to be a human to get a driver's license, but we all know that we don't give driver's licenses to non-humans. So I was at revoke and bond. I mean, I found that the violations were egregious. The corporation was not in existence for over 20 years, which I find it impossible for a licensee not to be aware of that, particularly when that corporation has not just obligations to this agency, but to multiple other agencies in the state, including state tax and finance, and numerous other ones. And with the corporation not in existence, all of those agencies, anything filed with them would also be suspect. And the treatment of the neighbors who testified at this hearing was reprehensible. They basically had been complaining for quite some time about the conduct of this licensee, and it's clear that the licensee blew them off completely. So I was at revoke and bond.
And with respect to the charges, you're sustaining the ones that the ALJ sustained?
Yes. And
All right,
that
then.
counsel's office asked to get withdrawn.
All right, then, the next item I have is 129, Bomb Gardens Cny Llc. It's a $1,500 CNC. Commissioner Fan, did we lose you?
Her laptop just went out on her, she said.
All right, let's just wait for a second and we'll wait for her to rejoin us. Commissioner Ford, did we just lose you too? All right, I'm going to suggest we take a brief recess. We seem to have lost both Commissioner Fan and Commissioner Ford.
Okay, Tom.
All right, so please mute your mic. Just so everybody knows, it appears we've lost Commissioner Ford and Commissioner Fan.
Ford texted me his computer crashed as well. I'm going to vote on all of everything by myself. Kidding, Tom.
And then he's going to deputize.
For those who are watching, the chairman was just kidding.
I am kidding.
I'm going to vote on everything myself.
Why don't we just put this over? Let's give them 20 minutes or 15 minutes and meet again at 10:30.
Yeah, we're gonna for anybody watching, we're gonna take a recess until 10:30 to address some technical issues.
Okay.
All right, if we can get everybody back with us, we can resume the meeting. All right, can everybody, Commissioner Fan, can you hear and see me? Can you I just want to make sure I have your audio, Commissioner Fan.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Commissioner Ford. Commissioner. Okay, Gary, can you hear and see me?
Yes.
All right. All right, then, we're going to resume the meeting. We left off in the middle of item 129. Bomb Gardens Cny LLC, It's a $1,500 conditional offer. Commissioner Fan,
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Can we just back up for a second?
Sure thing.
128, I feel like we didn't finish the discussion.
128, you and Commissioner Ford voted for a cancellation and bond claim, sustaining the charges as the ALJ did. Chairman Bradley voted for revocation and bond claim.
We have a majority vote, so.
Okay.
All right then, Chairman Bradley, on item 129.
I'll accept.
Item 130, Adams Rascals Bar and Grill LLC. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item is 131, John M. LAUBER. It's a $2,000 conditional offer. Commissioner Ford,
I dropped it down to 1,500 for the longevity, since he's been there since 2002.
okay, Chairman Bradley.
2,000 accept.
Next item 132, Rincon Chapin Corp. It's a conditional offer of cancellation and a $1,000 civil penalty.
Accept.
Commissioner Ford,
Accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
All right, the next item is 133, Skinflints Restaurant Inc. It's a conditional offer of $1,500. That same licensee has item 134, which is a no contest plea to 2 charges. So with respect to 133, the $1,500 conditional offer, Commissioner Fan, Commissioner Ford,
Since 1975, I'll do 1,000 as well.
Chairman Bradley.
1,000.
All right, then next item with the same licensee, 134. It's a no contest plea.
I'll go with 500.
Commissioner Ford,
I go to 500 as well.
Chairman Bradley.
1,500.
Next items, 135, 136, NORAS Park Bench Cafe Ltd. This is a conditional offer of $25,000. The license has been summarily suspended since December 13th. Commissioner Ford,
I'll accept 25,000.
I'm sorry, I said Commissioner Ford. My error. Commissioner Ford,
I was at, this took place over a course of 3 days, the 1st, the 8th, and the 1st. No, it's just 2 days, I'm sorry.
There were 3 incidents.
Yeah.
One in the first charge case and 2 in the second charge cases.
Yeah, I'll accept the 1,000.
Chairman Bradley.
I'll accept.
Next item, 137, Puglias of Garden City Inc. It's a $7,500 conditional offer.
7,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
7,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item, 138 CITTANUOVA LLC. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford.
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
I'll accept.
Next item, 139 BYRNE Inc. $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500. Oh, I'm gonna go down to 1,000.
Commissioner Ford.
I was willing to go down to 500.
Chairman Bradley.
What did Commissioner Fan do?
1,000.
1,000.
I'll go to 1,000.
I'll go to 1,000 too. Make it all even.
Next item, 140 Brad's Extra Inc. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
I'm at 1,000.
Commissioner Ford.
That's exactly where I was too, at 1,000.
Chairman Bradley.
$1,000.
Next item, 141 285 Madison Tacos LLC. To request to extend the deadline for the conditional approval.
I'll go to June 24, 2021, final approval.
Commissioner Ford.
Same here.
Chairman Bradley.
I will do the same.
Next items, 142, 144, Robert H. Berger Jr. It's a conditional offer of $12,000.
This is not a summary suspension case, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, we had a music concert in the parking lot, 30 people outside congregating and drinking on July 2nd, and then the second proceeding concerns a face mask violation. There's also an extension of premises charge because of the use of the parking lot to serve.
All right. Accept 1,000.
Commissioner Ford.
I'll accept.
Chairman Bradley.
I'll accept.
Next item is 143 RVC BB1 LLC. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford.
Accept.
And Chairman Bradley.
I'll accept.
Next item, 145 INISHOWEN Inc. $1,500 conditional offer.
I'll go to 1,000.
Commissioner Ford.
I'll go to 1,000 as well.
Chairman Bradley.
1,000.
Next item, 146 Los Tres Amigos Deli and Grocery Corp. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford.
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
I'll accept.
147 160 Bistro Inc. A $2,000 conditional offer.
I will go 15.
Commissioner Ford.
I will go to 1,500 as well.
Chairman Bradley.
1,500.
Next item, 148 Numero Uno Sabor Latino Restaurant Inc. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
1,500.
Commissioner Ford.
Sorry, wait for you to ask me. 1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
149 Sports View 2 Inc. It's a $1,500 conditional offer. Wait your turn, Commissioner Ford.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley. Next item, 150, or Steakhouse or Steak and Seafood Grill Inc. $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item, 151, Ariana's Restaurant and Pizzeria of Ellenville Inc. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item, 152, Donna Gallo Inc. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item, 153, BERGER Corp. It's a $2,000 conditional offer.
I'll go down to 1,500.
Commissioner Ford,
I'll do 1,500 as well.
Chairman Bradley.
1,500.
Next item, 154, Zella LLC. It's a $5,000 conditional offer. License was summarily suspended back on December 30th.
Yeah, for the record, this is a case where we had inside service. And I just want to mention again, for the benefit of lawyers who are making presentations to the board and the way in which they're being perceived, the allegation made in this CNC letter is that this location just happened to have its windows closed, its openings closed on this night only. And that's a representation that's being made by counsel on behalf of the licensee. A hardly credible representation that it just happened to be cold on that night and the location was closed, even though the weather has been essentially the same for the 10, 15, 20 days in a row. Passing along such claims in a lawyer's letter really adds nothing. If something that outrageous is going to be contended, and the lawyer is looking to make sure that his own credibility is not diminished by presenting it, he should probably have his client sign it and send it along. But there's a practice at this agency to pass along half-truths and things that are hard to believe through a lawyer, so for plausible deniability to exist. And I think that practice should end, or at least the lawyer should recognize that when they do that, they should have an understanding of how it's perceived on this end.
With that, Commissioner Fan.
I second what counsel said. That I accept 5,000.
Yeah, I was going to say I was not commenting on whether that was an appropriate offer. Just I thought it was worth mentioning. Thank you.
Commissioner Ford,
Same here, and 5,000 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Well, just to add on to what Gary said briefly, sometimes this goes so far as to make me say I'm not accepting the offer and you might as well go to hearing. So it really does not get your client anywhere to make up bogus, what I deem bogus explanations for what happened to be going on the moment that our investigator happened to walk in there, which certainly doesn't make sense for the most part, and it gets frustrating to read. So it's best, if you're going to plead to something, just plead.
Are you accepting the offer, Commissioner
Yeah,
Chairman Bradley?
I will accept.
Your next item, 155, La Fortuna Food Deli Corp. 1. It's a default at pleading.
This is a new license. I'm at one guy with a beer inside. I will do 1,000.
Commissioner Ford,
There was no response to this. Is that correct? We haven't heard anything from them.
That's
Yeah,
correct. It was default. The letter, the certified mail was signed for, so the licensee certainly, at least someone there, accepted the pleading and then defaulted on the charge. It was one patron drinking inside.
Because of lack of response, I'm at least at 1,500.
Chairman Bradley.
I will find 1,500.
Next item, 156, Blackthorn Corp. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley,
Accept.
157, De Leon Latin Cuisine Corp. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item, 158, 839 West 181 Food Inc. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item is 159 V&S Pizzeria of Sheepshead Bay Inc. It's a $1,500 conditional offer. Commissioner Fan,
I'll go to 1,000.
Commissioner Ford,
1,000.
Chairman Bradley.
1,000.
Next item is 160 Red Jug Bingo Inc. It's the application for a new on-premises liquor license.
So it's a bar tavern with 50 employees, 15 security guards. Principals will manage and also hire a manager. There'll be jukebox and live acoustic music, but no recorded music, no DJs, no promoters, no private events. I don't know what no recorded music means if you're having a jukebox. The max occupancy is 323. There are actually no tables in this place or table seating according to the application. It's a 500-foot case. There is no protest. And two of the applicants hold 3 licenses together. All 3 do have disciplinary history. This is obviously the town of Binghamton, or city of Binghamton, and it is a college town, and this is this clearly is catering to college students. The applicants, actually, interesting to me, all live at least 42 miles from the bar, which is a long commute.
And the 2 of the 3 principals own the building. And I think that explains how the space is a raw space, but they're only showing $20,000 investment. It's because a lot of the upgrades are coming from the applicants, but as landlords.
Really a beer hall, and only a beer hall. There's very little food that's going to be offered, it appears. And I mean, is it legal, Adam, for there to be no
No, I mean,
seating area?
our physical standards rules indicate that there has to be seating at tables available under 48.4 as noted in the memo for this type of license.
That was my
They
question.
only have seating for 14 people, right?
You have
That's just, and that, the application indicates no seating, but the 500-foot hearing apparently indicates that there'll be 3 tables for 14.
But with a maximum occupancy of 323, that seems to be grossly deficient to me.
It is.
No kitchen, no cook, 15 security.
So this is an indoor keg party is what this is.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out the way to describe what kind of place this looks like it's going to be. I think that's probably pretty accurate. So it sounds to me like it doesn't, it doesn't agree with licensing rules. Is that correct, Adam? Would you say in this
Well, I
form?
mean, you know, again, I think it's a little bit inconsistent, you know, from the establishment questionnaire submitted us to the 500-foot hearing questionnaire that was submitted. You know, I mean, obviously they do indicate that there's going to be 3 tables for 14 people. Obviously that's a little concerning when, you know, your occupancy is over 300.
Yeah.
I mean, so by the bare definitions of the physical standards, I mean, there
Adam,
is seating available.
Deputy Commissioner Roberts, can you hold on for a second? We've lost
Sure.
Commissioner Fan. All right, Commissioner Fan, I got your video back. Can you hear or see us?
Looks like a still to me.
Yep. I've got the little circle with the spinning wheel in the middle of it, and now it's gone completely. Commissioner Fan, can you hear and see us? Commissioner Fan? Commissioner Fan, can you hear and see us? I've got you on video. Let's take a brief recess here and just come back in a minute or two while we try to resolve this. Commissioner Fan, can you hear and see me?
Really?
Commissioner Fan?
The feed you're getting is from
Yeah,
14
from
seconds ago.
Commissioner Fan, I see you. Commissioner Fan, I'm not getting your audio at all. All right, well now Commissioner Fan's gone completely. Okay, let's take a brief recess here.
Hello? Hello? Tom?
Yeah, Commissioner Fan?
Yes, hi. Sorry about
All right then, Commissioner Ford, Council, can we have you back?
I'm back.
All right then, we've got Commissioner Fan now joining us by telephone. We're going to resume. The item that we were discussing was 160. It's Red Jug Bingo Inc. It's an application for new on-premises liquor license. I believe we were talking about the seating issues when we left off.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I think
again,
Deputy Commissioner
I think-
Roberts, you were addressing that.
I think by the bare standards, if they're suggesting that in their 500-foot questionnaire, the report, that there's going to be 3 tables for 14 patrons, you know, when capacity is over 300, I think that certainly speaks to the type of operation they're going to be running there.
I think we've lost Commissioner Fan again.
Oh, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm going to vote aye.
Okay.
I-
All right.
All right, hold on just for a second. Commissioner Fan, were you voting?
Yes, I voted to deny.
I'm sorry, you got cut off and you voted to deny?
Yes.
All right. Commissioner Ford?
Yeah, I'm voting to deny as well. Too many open questions about this one, so I vote to deny.
Chairman Bradley?
I vote to deny. I don't, it's clear to me there's no public interest in this place. There's bars surrounding it, so it's not like the area needs any more bars. And I think that this is clearly designed to attract college kids, most of whom are underage.
Right then, the next item is 161, Mi Ranchito Mexican Restaurant Inc. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
I'll accept.
Commissioner Ford?
I will accept.
Chairman Bradley?
Accept.
All right, the next item, 162, La Nova Pizzeria Restaurant Inc. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford?
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley?
Accept.
Next item, 163, A&B Fulton Corp. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford?
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley?
Accept.
164, Clam Stop Inc. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
I'll go to 1,000.
Commissioner Ford?
I'll do 1,000.
Chairman Bradley?
1,000.
Next item, 165, Requisite Booty Inc. It offers $1,500.
I'll go to 1,000.
Commissioner Ford?
1,000.
Chairman Bradley?
1,000.
Next item is 166, Velvet Room Lounge Corp. This is a new on-premises liquor license application.
This is a restaurant with 12 employees, no security. The principal will manage. They have recorded music, and that is all in the music area. They don't want to use promoters or have private events. The applicant has no experience. The max occupancy is 71 people. They're going to have 20 tables with 44 seats, 15 seats at the bar. The previous license here was canceled in 2019 for being a focal point, as well as other serious violations. And the principal is borrowing $18,000 from this, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Adam, $18,000 from the sister of the canceled license's principal.
Correct.
The rest of the money, $25,000, is coming from the principal's wife and 2 friends as donations, and all 3 of those individuals got the money from the father-in-law, who appears to be in the Ukraine.
Yes.
I don't understand why the transfer occurred like that. It looks like they're laundering money to me.
He's a U.S. person or not a U.S. person. It could be that they're trying to get around the gift tax laws, or just trying to not go over the 10,000, federal trigger. It could be either one of those 2 things.
But he got nothing from the father-in-law. All the donations came directly from, I guess his wife got it. So maybe you're right.
The other
Well, the
thing
wife-
is,
two other friends got it, and then they just passed it along, which is so weird. But they disclosed everything, and the friends who passed the $9,000 even filled out personal questionnaires.
For the record, the inexperienced applicant who states that he's the owner of an air conditioning and refrigeration company since 2002 says he will continue in his current business, but also work as the sole manager of this location from 5 p.m. to midnight every day.
Yeah, I'm not confident from this application as submitted that I understand who actually will be running this place. So I'm going to vote to deny.
Commissioner Ford? Commissioner Ford, do we have, you're muted, Commissioner Ford.
I'm talking to myself. I'm not completely comfortable with who's running it and the financing as well, so I'm voting to deny.
Chairman Bradley?
Yeah, I'm not comfortable with this either. With the money arrangement, maybe it is the gift tax, or to get around the gift law. The other aspect of it is it's the same MO as the place we previously canceled. They say they're going to be a restaurant, but they call themselves a Velvet Room Lounge, which does not sound like a restaurant at all. And I don't believe, based on what I'm reading, that the former owner is not involved in some way, shape, or form. So I'm voting to deny.
All right, then next item is 167. It's 6344 East Malloy Road, Inc. This is a application for a new package store license.
So this is going to be a package store that's going to be subdivided from the applicant's restaurant, which is connected to the applicant's hotel. So all three of those things are connected. It's going to be a store with 4 employees. The manager will be employed as well. No internet sales. Owner has one sale to minor charge in 2013, and that's his only history. There are 4 stores in 4 miles. The closest store is 1.5 miles away. This is going to be 3,000 square foot store. 2,400 of it's going to be retail. Two protests.
And the closest store did not respond with any information. Speedway, 1.5 miles away.
Yeah, I am not really seeing a need for a new store in this area, unless Commissioner Ford knows something that I don't know.
Well, where this store is located, it's up on the backside of Syracuse Airport on East Malloy Road. In my opinion, it's like a whole different corridor. It's on the other side of the thruway even. The closest store is Commissioner, as Councilor Meyerhoff stated, did not respond. And then the other closest store, which again is on 2 miles on the other side of the thruway, their numbers have gone down a bit, but the other 2 stores, including the one that was licensed in 2018, have gone up, and they're in the millions. So looking at all of that, plus the other store, the 4th closest store, their numbers have been going up as well. So they're in the millions as well. So I'm going to vote to approve. I think it would serve public convenience and advantage for that side of town.
All right, Commissioner Fan?
All right, I will agree. Vote to approve as well.
Chairman Bradley?
I'll vote to approve as well.
Next item is 168 RW Star Deli Inc. It's a application for a new grocery store beer and wine products license.
This is the licensee was previously denied at this location because of availing the previous license here. This is a grocery store, principal to manage, 6 days a week, 6 hours a day. currently has a license in Brooklyn as well with no history.
I am going to approve.
Commissioner Ford,
I'm going to vote to approve as well. I think there may have been some language barrier issues before, but it looks like a really nice store, so I'm going to vote to approve.
Chairman Bradley,
I'm going to deny. I just didn't buy the explanation. She's been licensed previously for quite some time, and the availing here went on for quite some time, so I don't believe that she wasn't aware that she had to get a license.
next item 169, Machado Family Inc. This is an alteration application for a package store licensee.
This is a package store looking to go from, well, currently there's 1,600 square feet with 1,000 square foot retail. They want to go to 2,450 square feet with 1,650 feet retail by adding the store next door. No protests. They were licensed in March 2019. There are 4 stores within 1.8 miles. The closest store is 0.8 miles away. We didn't get sales response from the 3rd and 4th closest store, and the closest store, which is 0.8 miles away, was only licensed in April of 2019. So we have limited information on them.
I think the there are 2 stores that were licensed in April of 2019. 2 of the 4. Like a month after this license was issued.
I see 3
That's correct.
in 2019 and 1 in 2018. So 4 of the closest stores were licensed since 2018.
Well, one of them is this licensee who's asking.
Oh, I'm sorry. Forgot about that. Yes.
But yeah, right after they got their license, it looks like the next month, 2 more stores were licensed. One of them is Bulletproof, actually. W&G is Bulletproof. And so we don't have much information on the new set of stores and the demand that can be discerned from sales numbers.
All right, with that, Commissioner Fan, are you ready to vote?
Yes, I'm not ready to allow an extension. I'm going to vote to deny.
Commissioner Ford,
No protest. I would vote to approve.
Chairman Bradley,
I'm going to vote to deny because of the new stores. I don't think we have any information that would allow us to make a call on whether the increase in the demand for alcohol is occurring or not. And I think we have to let it all settle before I'm ready to make that call. So I'm voting to deny.
all right, the next item 170, White Deli Grocery Inc. This is another application for new grocery store beer and wine products license.
So the last 4 licenses here have significant adverse history, including one held by the applicant. 1 was canceled, 1 was revoked, and we also denied someone here because of the adverse history. Most of the adverse history involves drug activity and untaxed sales of untaxed cigarettes or possession of untaxed cigarettes. The applicant currently has a license that he got in August of 2020. He owned this store from 2016 to 2018, had a sale to minor and a charge for unauthorized trade name, and that was it.
All right then, Commissioner Fan,
I'm going to vote to approve.
Commissioner Ford, you're muted, Commissioner Ford.
I'm going to vote to deny. This place has a pretty poor history, this location.
Chairman Bradley,
I'm going to vote to deny as well because of the previous history, which he was a part of as well.
next item 171, WHB Kitchen LLC. It's a new on-premises liquor license application.
This is a restaurant with 5 employees, no security guards. Principals will manage recorded background music only, no dancing, DJs, karaoke, private events, or promoters. Both corporate principals will take an active role in the management of the premise and also continue their current jobs. I should say. 2 of the applicants have pending EO violations at one of their places. They have 4 licenses between them. And this does have an outdoor sidewalk cafe. It was previously licensed with no adverse history. The EO charges, based on discussions with council, are typical EO violations and not that serious.
Yeah, the first one is an employee with no mask, and the second one is multiple patrons standing and drinking, although the licensee disputes that the charges are fair, and we're in the process of trying to negotiate a resolution. But they're not, in the scheme of things, not serious violations.
All right, then. Commissioner Fan?
I'll vote to approve.
Commissioner Ford?
I will vote to approve as well.
Chairman Bradley?
I'll vote to approve. But the sidewalk has to shut by 11. As long as they agree with that.
That's fine.
Sure.
All right, then. The next item, 172, Delgado's Bar and Restaurant Inc. This is a new restaurant wine application.
This is a restaurant wine application in Spring Valley. It's going to have 5 employees, no security, principal to manage, recorded music only, no live music, DJ, karaoke, jukebox, or promoters. The application says no private events. It's a max occupancy of 150 people, 20 tables with 112 seats and 10 seats at the bar. The Spring Valley PD opposes this. And the village board does not oppose, but the village board indicated that they want the condition that they close at 11 and that they can remain open till 2 when they have a private party, which they've indicated on their application they have, so that would mean they must close at 11. The applicant was denied at this location for an OP in 2019, and there are some inconsistencies between that application and the one we are currently reviewing. The applicant indicates he will only manage this place till 9 p.m., I'm sorry. But does not indicate he's hiring a manager for the night. And just for the record, Spring Valley, since I've been here, has been a problematic location, and the PD has asked that we are vigilant about the applications we do grant there.
Yes, with respect to the inconsistency in the applications, it looks like in the prior application, there was 2013 incident involving a sale to minor, and the applicant at that time stated that, actually, it was in 2012. He stated that he was only working since 2013, and he was actually working there earlier. So it looks like in the prior application, he had provided inaccurate information. He now admits in the current application that he was the manager at the prior location. He was the manager there from 2008 to February 2019, and I believe he's licensed in Westchester County already. He has another place. The police department's objection, you're correct, Chairman, is in connection with their general concerns about licensed establishments contributing to crime and violence, but it does not state anything particular about this location or this applicant in connection with its objection.
And Commissioner Fan, are you ready to vote?
Yes, I'll vote to deny.
Commissioner Ford,
Based on opposition from the police department, I'm voting to deny as well.
Chairman Bradley,
Based on the police department's opposition, as well as the fact that the another license that is a significant distance away and only plans to be at this location until 9 p.m. In an area that the police department has indicated is a concern. I don't think there's going to be adequate supervision, and I'm going to vote to deny.
all right, the next item, 173, 960 Summer Deli Grocery Corp. This is a new a new grocery store beer and wine products license.
Grocery store with 2 employees. The applicant held the license here from October of 2016 to April of 2018, and it was canceled for illegal drug activity, sale to minor, and untaxed cigarettes. He now wants another one.
Well, I think he's just stayed there without a license, and he's asking for his license back. It looks like he went to hearing on the sale to minor charge and lost, and then defaulted on the other 2 charges, which concerned drugs and untaxed cigarettes, back in 2018.
Commissioner Fan,
I'm going to vote to approve.
Commissioner Ford,
I'm going to vote to deny.
Chairman Bradley,
I'm going to vote to deny as well.
next item, 174 NYC Famous Deli and Grocery Inc. It's a new grocery store beer and wine products license application.
Grocery store with 3 employees, principal to manage. A previous license here was canceled for being non-bona fide because the corporation had dissolved. There appears from the notes in the memo that there is a potential relationship between the applicant and the previous licensee who was canceled. Adam, do you want to explain that? The email?
It appears that the email address that they're using for the business address, ties into the prior principal that was canceled. So while they claim that they have no relationship with the prior licensee, the business email address that they supplied to us does seem to be the same name as the prior principal of the canceled license.
And that email address is the prior principal's name, correctly? It's not the name of the corporation.
Name and date of birth, it appears to be per the 1965.
Actually, it's the spouse of the prior name principal. The email address has that person's name. Also, the applicant, there was an intervening effort to license this restaurant to the entity that, it was not just that the corporation was dissolved, it was also availing to a third party. That third party then applied and was rejected. And when the applicant is addressing this question about whether or not it has a relationship to the prior licensee, it says, I have no relation to Abid Sheikh, but Abid Sheikh is the prior applicant, not the prior licensee. So the applicant actually has made no assertion as to whether or not it has a prior relationship with Race and Seema Rahman, whose email he uses, and that's the prior licensee who was canceled.
All right then, Commissioner Fan, are you ready to vote?
I vote to deny.
Commissioner Ford,
I vote to deny as well.
Chairman Bradley.
I vote to deny.
Next item is 175 Upper Level Bar and Grill Inc. It's a new on-premises liquor license application.
It's a 500-foot case. It's a bar tavern with 6 employees and a hired manager. Recorded music only, 13 tables with 22 seats. The bar will have 8 seats. There is an outdoor patio with 7 tables and 14 seats. The max occupancy inside is 50. There's no protests. The prior license here was revoked by the board in January of 2019 for focal point, among other serious charges. And it's clear from the application that neither owner will be on hand on a daily basis. One will be in Canada and another is going to be in Poughkeepsie, and has described this application or his ownership of this establishment as an investment. There's 3 bars within 500 feet.
I think Commissioner Fan, you ready to vote? Commissioner Fan, do we have you?
Yes.
You ready to vote?
Yeah, I'm going to vote to.
So you got cut off.
I'm going to vote to deny.
Okay. Commissioner Ford,
Notwithstanding the chairman's concerns, the ALJ says that they have met the statutory burden, so I'm going to vote to approve.
Chairman Bradley.
Based on the history of the prior license, which is a revocation, and the fact that neither owner is going on premises, I have concerns about the supervision here, even though they are hiring a manager. So I'm voting to deny.
And the next item is 176, Union Inn of Schenectady LLC. This is an application for a change in method of operation.
This is currently a restaurant with 10 employees, 2 security guards, and the principal as manager. Currently, they close at 12 a.m. Sunday through Thursday and 1 a.m. Friday and Saturday with recorded music only. Now they want to close at 3 a.m. every day and add jukebox, live music, and dancing. There is no input from the city of Schenectady.
Also, this location was canceled in 2014 for having a nightclub style environment and the usual violations associated with that. And this licensee initially requested a similar style operation, and the board declined to give it to them. Then after being licensed, they were charged with numerous violations in the year 2019 and paid a $25,000 fine. Actually, I don't know if it was paid. They were assessed a $25,000 fine on April 1st, 2020 for conduct throughout 2019, including focal point, and exceeding the approved hours on 7 separate occasions, as well as disturbances, fights, assaults, and the like. They now seek to add music, dancing, and a later closing time.
And I'll vote to deny.
Commissioner Ford,
This place was licensed in 2018. Since paid what in 2020, I think they paid like $25,000 in fines so far.
they haven't paid yet, as that it was imposed, but it's been deferred.
Got it. Okay, it's on the books. And they've been operating past closing hours so far, like 7 times that we know of. So I'm going to vote to deny.
Chairman Bradley.
Yeah, I'm going to vote to deny. Their history speaks for itself, and they're actually heading toward the cancellation, and they should focus on that rather than being open later.
Right there, the next item, 177, Artist Southern Cuisine and Steakhouse LLC. It's a new on-premises liquor license application.
This is a restaurant with 6 employees, a hired manager, recorded and DJ music, no dancing or security unless they're hosting a private event. Two prior applications were disapproved at this location. One was on a temp when a shooting occurred. The current applicant was the manager at the place when the shooting occurred. And the current applicant is currently on a temp since March of 2020. It's not a 500-foot case, and there is no protests. But there are indications that the police are having a significant issue with this place while it's on a temp, though. Correct, Gary?
Well, what we have are the records from when the applicant, Jadell Whitfield, managed the place on a prior temp. So there were 2 prior applications. One, and most of this information came to light in a disapproval hearing. So the second application was denied in connection with this shooting and other charges relating to it. And the licensee was Mr. Whitfield's mother. And they actually went to hearing on the disapproval. And the police officers involved in that shooting incident and who have this location on their beat testified at length about Mr. Whitfield and his management and expressed concerns not only about what happened at that shooting, but at other times that the place had issues with disorder. And Mr. Whitfield was also involved, according to the testimony, with the prior applicant who was denied. And I don't believe he disclosed that he was the manager or involved in the prior applications in his application for this license. I don't know if we have any record of what has occurred at the location since the new temporary was granted, although that's been entirely during the COVID period. So I don't even know I don't know to what extent they've been open or not.
Okay, Tom.
All right, Commissioner Fan, are you ready to vote?
Yes, I'll vote to deny.
Commissioner Ford, are you ready to vote?
Yes, I'm voting to deny.
Chairman Bradley.
I'm going to vote to deny as well.
All right, the next item is 178, MIPR Inc. This is a request to change their method of operation. Just as a note, this license has been summarily suspended since last Wednesday.
So this is a bar with 14 employees, 4 security guards, and the applicant as the manager. The application has 3 other EO violations pending, including the summary. And they currently are on a 2:30 a.m. every night close, on 2 a.m. Sunday through Wednesday and 4 a.m. Thursday through Saturday. They currently have live acoustic and recorded music only, no dancing, DJs, or karaoke. They want to be able to have live recorded music, DJs, karaoke, but continue no dancing.
Chairman,
Prior application, yeah.
I'm sorry. There are now 4.
Correct.
Because the summary suspension proceeding was number 4 for EO violations.
Yes, there were 3 prior EO violations. There are 3 prior EO violations before the incident that led to the suspension last week. The representative of this licensee signed a letter on November 10th, 2020 saying, quote, they've been operating without any incidents for nearly 2 years, end quote. Maybe he was unaware, but that's not true. One of the incidents, the EO incidences, was in June. So that statement is inaccurate.
Tom, we're ready.
All right then, Commissioner Fan, you ready to vote?
And they're only looking
Aye.
to extend their hours on weekends, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And that letter was from the representative, not the licensee. What's that worth? Sorry.
All right, Commissioner Fan, you ready to vote?
Yes, I vote.
Commissioner Ford,
I'm gonna have to vote to deny as well. Things aren't going so well as they are.
Chairman Bradley.
I'm going to vote to deny. There's 4 cases pending, plus a summary with a summary suspension. The limits were put on this license because of the previous history, and it sounds like we probably should have put more stringent limits on it than we even did.
All right, then next item is 179, Freeway Restaurant Inc. It's a $1,500 conditional offer. The license did expire. It has not been renewed.
I'll accept 15.
Should we be?
I'm sorry. Commissioner Fan,
I said I'll accept 1,500.
Commissioner Ford,
Can we accept 1,500 with the license being expired, Tom?
you can accept it. What will happen is if it's not paid, the alternate penalties kick in. So this would result in, I believe, a bond claim and cancellation eventually.
It's possible that they're a late renewal at this stage, so you should proceed as if, I think you should just assess the discipline. And if they're really not around, then they're not going to pay, and we're going to take the bond anyway.
One way or the other. Okay, I'll accept.
Chairman Bradley.
I'll accept.
Next item is 180, Mezzuto Remen Inc. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item, 181.
For the record, that's ramen, Tom. Have you never had ramen?
That's my brunch pronunciation. 181, Portofino Cafe Corp. It's a $1,500 conditional offer. Commissioner Fan,
Yes, 1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item is 182, JAWS Restaurant Ltd. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
I will go to 1,000.
Commissioner Ford,
I was at 1,000 also.
Chairman Bradley.
1,000, and can we take 2 minutes?
All right. All right, if we're all set, we can get going again.
Yes.
All right, then. The next item is 183, Jubilee First Avenue Corporation. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item is 184, 965 First Restaurant Corp. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
I will go to 1,000.
Commissioner Ford,
I'll go to 500. I mean, 25 to 30 years, no real history.
Chairman Bradley.
1,000.
Next item is 185 Franzella Inc. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
I'll go to 1,000.
Commissioner Ford,
1,000.
Chairman Bradley.
1,000.
Next item is 186 Morgan's Place Inc. It's a $1,500 conditional offer. Commissioner Fan,
I'm at 1,000.
Commissioner Ford,
I was at 1,000 too.
Chairman Bradley.
1,000.
Next item is 187 Tex-Mex 2 Inc. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 a second.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item is 188 Space 54 LLC. It's a $1,500 conditional offer. Commissioner Fan,
I accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item, 189 New Chinese Garden of Guyana Rest Inc. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
190 Pachisi's Bar and Grill Inc. $3,000 conditional offer.
3,000 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
I just want to go to 2,000.
2,000. Chairman Bradley.
I didn't hear either one of them.
We have an acceptance of the offer and $2,000.
Yeah, for the record, I'm sorry. I was just going to say, for the record, there's a EO charge and there's also an unauthorized trade name charge that we're settling here. That's why it's a little bit higher.
And to me, it was a temporary permit, so I'll accept.
I'll change mine and make it unanimous. 3,000 accept.
All right, the next items. 191 Palace of Palmyra NY Inc. It's a $5,000 conditional offer. This license was renewed last week. Commissioner Fan,
I would go to 3,000. 3,500.
3,500.
Yeah.
Commissioner Ford,
I'll go to 3,500 as well.
Chairman Bradley.
3,500.
Next item is 192 Woke and Chapin Corp. It's a $2,000 conditional offer.
2,000 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
2,000 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item, 193 Beach Party LLC. It's a default at pleading.
I'm at 5,000.
Commissioner Ford,
I'll agree to 5,000 as well.
Chairman Bradley.
5,000.
Next item, 194 911 LBR LLC. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
I will go to 1,000.
Commissioner Ford,
That's exactly where I was, 1,000.
Chairman Bradley.
I'll accept.
Next item.
Oh, wait. Okay.
I'm sorry, what's that?
No, nothing.
Next item is 195, Smith Warren Post Inc. It's a no contest plea.
I'm at 1,000.
Commissioner Ford,
Uh, I'm at 1,000 too.
Chairman Bradley,
1,000.
next item 196, Mariachi Loco Inc. It's a $1,500 conditional offer. Commissioner Fan,
1,500.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item is 197, McHale's Restaurant Inc. It's a $2,000 conditional offer.
I'll go to 1,500.
Commissioner Ford,
I'll do 1,500 as well.
Chairman Bradley,
1,500.
next item 198, 54 J Street Partners LLC. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
I'll accept 1,500.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
1,500.
Next item 199, SNI Hamar LLC, $4,000 conditional offer.
4,000 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
4,000 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item is 200, Merchants Road Restaurant Inc. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
I'll go to 1,000.
Commissioner Ford,
I'll go to 1,000 as well.
Chairman Bradley.
1,000.
Next item is 201, JPJ Rochester Inc. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
I'll go to 1,000.
Commissioner Ford,
I'll do 1,000.
Chairman Bradley.
1,500.
Next item is 202, Breezy Burrito Company Inc. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
1,500.
Next item is 203, Terravita Corp. $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item is 204, Pocketeer Billiards Hall Inc. This is a $2,000 conditional offer.
2,000 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
2,000 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item is 205, 206, Shirachi Inc. This is a $4,500 conditional offer.
4,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
4,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item 207, Pine Song Inc. $2,000 conditional offer.
2,000 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
2,000 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item 208, Blackbird Enterprises NY LLC. It's $3,500 conditional offer.
3,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
3,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next is 209, Larry Lawrence Inc. This is a request to extend the deadline for a conditional approval.
And this actually was withdrawn by the applicant, so there's nothing else to consider as far as an extension goes. The application was requested to be withdrawn.
All right then, the next item.
Adam, the application itself with extension.
The application itself, we received a letter that the applicant was no longer going to move forward with this project.
Okay.
All right, the next item, 210, English Road LLC, request to extend the deadline for a conditional offer, a conditional approval.
I'm at 7/1/2021, final extension, sorry.
Commissioner Ford,
7-1 or 6-1, Commissioner Fan?
I wrote 7/1. Do I mean 1? No, I mean 7/1.
Okay,
7-1.
okay. Me too.
Commissioner Ford, you're good with that?
Yes, sir.
Chairman Bradley,
That's fine with me as well.
all right, the next item, 211, Chapin on the Lock Inc. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
I was willing to go to 1,000, 12 years, no history.
Chairman Bradley. Next item, 212, Grand Cru Beer and Cheese Market LLC. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
Give me just a second here. 1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
All right, the next item I have is 213, Capriciosas Inc. This is a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
All right, I'm going to suggest that we take a break at this time. I know that we have some summary suspensions that have come in that the members need to look at the material. I also know, Chairman, you have a matter you need to attend to briefly.
Yes.
So-
Why don't we say a half hour?
All right, so let's for those watching, we'll come back at 12:30.
Thank you.
Called the summary suspension matters. All right, then we're going to resume the calendar. The next item is 214, Whiskey Alleys LLC. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley. 215, 33 1/3 Inc. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item is 216, M&G Together Forever LLC. $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item is 217, Sugar Cafe Inc. It's a $2,000 conditional offer. Commissioner Fan,
2,000 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
2,000 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item is 218, James Perillo and Helen Trombley. It's a $1,500 conditional no contest offer.
I'll go to 1,000.
Commissioner Ford,
1,000 as well.
Chairman Bradley,
1,000.
next item 219, Lange Holdings Inc. It's a $1,500 conditional no contest offer.
I'll go to 1,000.
Commissioner Ford,
I had 1,000 as well.
Chairman Bradley.
1,000.
Next item is 220, J. Sahatanam Inc. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
I'll go to 1,000.
Commissioner Ford,
What numbers again, Tom? I'm sorry. Is this 219?
220. We did $1,000 on 219.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What did you say, Commissioner Fan?
1,000.
I said
I had 1,000 as
1,000.
well.
Chairman Bradley.
Thank you.
Chairman
1,000.
Bradley? 221, Sweet Light Production Company, Inc. $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
222, Peter's Pub LLC. It's a $2,000 conditional offer.
I will go to 1,500.
Commissioner Ford,
I'll go to 1,500 as well.
Chairman Bradley.
1,500.
Next item is 223, Ye Old Clipper Tavern LLC. It's a $2,000 conditional offer. Commissioner Fan,
I'll go to 1,500.
Commissioner Ford,
I'll go to 1,500 as well.
Chairman Bradley.
I thought it should have been 5,000. But so I'd go to 2,000.
Next item, 224, Dustin and Ryan Holdings, Inc. It's a $2,000 conditional offer.
Accept 2,000.
Commissioner Ford,
I accept 2,000.
Chairman Bradley.
2,000.
225, Birchie's Company, Inc. $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
226, FJA Restaurant, Inc. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
I'll accept.
Commissioner Ford, Chairman
Accept.
Bradley. Yep. Chairman
Accept.
Bradley?
Accept.
Yeah, I got it. 227, 3419 Entertainment Corp. This is a default at pleading.
Cancel and bond.
I'm at
Commissioner-
revoke. I'm at revoke and bond, a name stop, and a prescription on the location. They paid what, over $50,000 in a little over 2 years.
All right. Chairman Bradley?
I'm with him.
Okay.
Commissioner Fan, you want to make it unanimous?
I'll go to revoke and bond.
Revocation of bond with the name stop into your prescription?
Sure.
Okay. 228, Mementos Grill Bar and Restaurant Corp. I'm sorry, it's a $1,500 conditional offer.
Accept 1,500.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
229, Elite BK Inc. It's a $6,000 conditional offer.
I thought this could be higher, but I'll accept.
Commissioner Ford,
I'll accept.
Chairman Bradley.
I'll accept.
Next item is 230. Calexico 122 LLC. So $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item is 231, Mintar Corp. It's a $2,000 conditional offer.
I'm gonna counter at 7,500.
7,500.
Yes.
Commissioner Ford,
What number is this? 231?
231.
This is a brand new license issued in August. 80 people at a wedding. They claim that weddings were permitted because there was a federal judge decision, but they were just licensing. Either they really understand it or they don't understand it. It can't be both.
I would do 5,000.
All right. Chairman Bradley.
What'd she say, 7,500?
Right,
Yes.
we got 2 votes not to accept it, and 1 for 75 and 1 for 5,000 counter offer.
I'll counter at 7,500 too.
Okay. The next item, 232, Lakeview Edinburgh Corporation. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
Accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item is 233, Lucky Petroleum Inc. It's a $15,000 conditional offer.
We're at the end of the rope here. I will accept, but this is going to be it.
Commissioner Ford,
Yeah, that was my feelings as well. This is the last chance for gas. I'll accept though.
Chairman Bradley.
I'm countering a cancel and bond. This is technically their 5th. At least.
Yes.
All right then, the next item, 234, 4402 Watson Inc. It's a $1,500 conditional offer. Commissioner Fang,
Accept.
Commissioner Ford,
Accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item is 235, St. Charles Hotel Inc. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item is 236, Mr. Mario Polo's Alagrassa Inc. $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
239, New Oriental Jade Corp. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
Tom, you said it was 239. It's 237.
Yeah.
237, New Oriental Jade Corp.
Yep.
Chairman Bradley,
Accept.
238, TOTT Restaurant Inc. $1,500 conditional offer.
I'll go to 1,000.
Commissioner Ford,
Based on longevity, I'll go to 1,000 as well.
Chairman Bradley,
1,000.
239, Waterfront Tavern LLC, $1,500 conditional offer.
I'll go to 1,000.
Commissioner Ford,
Yeah, I'll go to 1,000 as well.
Chairman Bradley.
1,000.
240, 4T Phantoms LLC. Or Fathoms LLC. $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford.
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item, 241, 2 Sneeden Ave LLC. It's a $5,000 conditional offer. This license was summarily suspended on December 30th.
5,000 accept.
Commissioner Ford.
5,000 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
242, Laushan Hot Pot Corp. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford.
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item, 243, Cafe Matthias Inc. It's a $2,000 conditional offer. Commissioner Fan.
I was going to counter at 5,000.
Commissioner Ford.
I'll counter at 5,000 as well.
Chairman Bradley.
5,000 counter.
Next item, 244, Jam 3 Enterprises LLC. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
I'll accept 1,500.
Commissioner Ford.
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
245, Palm Management Corp. It's a $2,500 conditional offer. Commissioner Fan.
I will go to 1,500.
Commissioner Ford.
Yeah, I was at 1,500 as well.
Chairman Bradley.
1,500.
Next item, 246, Black River Ale House Inc. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford.
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
247, Three Bear Inn Inc. $7,500 conditional offer. Commissioner Fan.
This was previously suspended. I'm going to counter at 10,000.
Commissioner Ford.
I'll counter at 10,000 as well.
Chairman Bradley.
I'll counter at 10.
Next item, 248, Red Rooster Eatery Inc. It's a $5,000 conditional offer.
I'll accept 5,000.
Commissioner Ford.
5,000 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item, 249, Gorm Rest Inc. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
I'll accept 1,500.
Commissioner Ford.
Been there since 1986. No history whatsoever. I'll do 1,000.
Chairman Bradley.
I'll accept.
Next item is 250, TRH Operating Company LLC. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
This is one employee without proper face mask, so I'm going to go to 1,000.
Commissioner Ford.
I had 1,000 as well.
Chairman Bradley.
1,000.
Next item, 251, Beer Obsessed LLC. This is a request to extend the deadline to meet the conditional approvals?
I would go to June 24, 2021. It's final extension.
Commissioner Ford,
To June 24, 2021, final extension.
Chairman Bradley.
I will do the same.
Next item, 252 Dopo South LLC. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
253 Farmingdale Brew Company Inc. $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
254 Peter J. Moreno Inc. $1,500 conditional offer.
I will go to 1,000.
Commissioner Ford,
Based on longevity and lack of any adverse history, I will go to 1,000 as well.
Chairman Bradley.
1,000.
255 Treaty Boys Corp. Offer of cancellation and bond claim.
Cancel and bond accept.
Commissioner Ford,
Cancel and bond accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next item, 256 9th Avenue Wine and Liquor Corp. This is a $10,000 conditional offer. License was summarily suspended on December 30th.
Given the long history with no prior violations, and perhaps I sympathize with the licensee, may not have understood that the 10 o'clock closing time was applicable to liquor stores, and this was just 2 weeks after the announcement. So I'm gonna go to 5,000.
Commissioner Ford,
Whoa, hold on. Gary, am I wrong? Weren't the facts here that the investigator went in and told them? About
The investigator arrived after 10 and told the employee that there was a curfew. The employee then put the owner on the phone, and when the investigator spoke to the person on the phone, the person refused to identify himself as the owner, and I guess handed the phone back, and apparently either didn't instruct the employee to stop serving, or the employee ignored whatever was said. We don't know. But there were people in the store at the time of that whole incident, and they were served while the investigator watched. So it was really the failure to have comfort that they would follow even the investigator's instructions or the SLA's instructions that prompted the suspension.
okay.
I did. So Commissioner Fan, you're staying with your $5,000.
Yes.
Commissioner Ford,
I had $5,000 as well based on longevity of the place and no violations previously.
Chairman Bradley.
I'm staying at 10. They basically were going to get a warning and told us to go, and they didn't agree. Go
Yeah, get the-
shovel some out.
257 KI Freedom LLC. $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
1,500.
Next item, 258 Staples Steaks Inc. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
I'll be willing to go to 1,000. 2 employees with NORAS.
Commissioner Ford,
I had 1,000 as well, no history. since opening.
Bradley,
1,500.
for those of you who are just into the meeting, the prosecutors, could please make sure that your mics are muted until your item is called. Next item is 259, 861 La Rubia Restaurant Corp. This is a default at pleading.
I'm at 10,000.
Commissioner Ford,
Uh, 10,000.
Chairman Bradley,
I'll do the same.
next item is 260, RT Williams Inc. It's a $1,500 conditional offer.
1,500 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
1,500 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
So
261 Gray Twig Inc. It's a $2,000 conditional offer.
2,000 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
2,000 accept.
Chairman Bradley. Next item 262 Allegra Inc. It's a $3,000 conditional offer.
Accept.
Commissioner Ford,
I'll accept as well.
Chairman Bradley.
accept.
263 Tippling Inc. It's a request for reconsideration. You had rejected the licensee's offer of $20,000. You made a counteroffer of cancel and bond claim. Licensee is requesting you consider $40,000. License has been summarily suspended since November 29th.
Yeah, I was just going to say, this is a request for reconsideration. The charges involve a series of executive order charges and some other emergency exit signs and life and health safety measures, books and records, and availing.
All right, with that, Commissioner Fan,
I'll accept.
to grant reconsideration, accept the $40,000.
Yes.
Commissioner Ford,
I'm going to say that they're willing to come back and offer that kind of penalty, then chances are perhaps things will be better this time. Plus, they've been closed now, what, since November? What was it again? Yeah, so they've been out of business now a couple of months. So perhaps they maybe get the point now. So I'll grant Rincon and accept 40,000 as well.
all right, Chairman Bradley,
I'll accept, but the availing needs to be fixed to Adam's satisfaction within 6 months.
so you want that as a condition of your penalty?
6 months to put the person on the license.
All right, then, the next item, 264, De Mateo's Restaurant Inc. This is a $2,000 conditional offer.
2,000 accept.
Commissioner Ford,
2,000 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
All right, the next item, 264A, Astoria 31 Liquor Inc. This was held over from the January 6th meeting to look into two issues regarding the whether the premises on street level and look into some financial issues.
So just let me summarize this again. It's 1,400 square feet, 850 square feet retail store with two employees, principal to manage. Principal has no experience and has been unemployed since October of 2018. There are two protests. Closest stores, there are 6 stores within 0.6 miles, and the closest store is within 0.2 miles. The investment is $120,000, all cash from a checking account. And there is a question I think Adam wants to talk about regarding the entrance.
Yeah, so I'm going to ask the members to give this back to licensing for disapproval based on the fact that after a closer look at the application itself, I tend to agree with the opposition that this is not considered at the street level. This is not ground level as far as the entranceway, as the statute's written. So based on that, I would ask that the members agree to send this back to licensing for a decision on it. There does appear to be pictures that show a ramp type entrance on the side of the building. However, that ramp is not a public thoroughfare. It appears to just be a ramp leading directly into the proposed licensed premise, which is not something that we would allow either. Although it does bring it up to, again, I think a level. It is not a public thoroughfare as an entrance into the establishment.
Okay.
All right, so Commissioner Fan, are you okay with sending it back to licensing for action?
Yes, send back to licensing. Thank you.
Commissioner Ford,
Yes. Back to
Chairman Bradley,
I'm fine with that too, yes.
next item, 264B, McMahon Inc. This is a CNC of $10,000. License been summarily suspended since December 13th.
Accept 10,000.
Commissioner Ford,
10,000 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
Accept.
Next items, 264C and 264D. Ricotos Mexicanos Inc. This is an offer of $30,000 to resolve 2 matters. The license was summarily suspended on November 24th. And there's also a note you had previously rejected an offer of $20,000 and background music only, with 3 different votes on what the counteroffer should be.
Okay.
I would just accept 30,000.
Commissioner Ford,
That's where I was at before, 30,000.
Chairman Bradley.
I'm still at cancel.
Next item, 264E, PMB Soho LLC. This is an offer of $5,000. The license was summarily suspended on January 10th.
5,000.
Commissioner Ford,
5,000 accept.
Chairman Bradley.
I'll accept.
Next item is 264F and 264G, AKJ Diner Corp. This is an offer of $28,000 to resolve 2 matters. The license was summarily suspended with respect to one of those matters on December 20th. Commissioner Fan,
I don't know if I'm misreading this case, but 28,000 feels very high to me. And with the town supervisor's letter, I will be willing to go down to 15,000.
Commissioner Ford,
For both cases, Commissioner?
Yes. Both cases, 3 dates.
I'd go down to 20,000 for both cases.
I'm sorry, what was that, Commissioner Ford?
I'd go down to 20,000 for both cases.
Okay. Chairman Bradley, we have 15,000, we have 20,000. What's your pleasure?
I would go to 15 because of the letter of mitigation from the owner plus the letter from the town.
All right then.
I'll change mine. I won't be the odd man out. I'll do 15,000 too.
All right. Next items, 264H and 264I, Wolf at Tribeca Inc. This is a conditional offer of $6,000 to resolve two pleadings, one of which resulted in a summary suspension on December 24th.
I will accept 6,000.
Commissioner Ford,
I'll accept 6,000 as well.
Chairman Bradley.
I'll accept 6,000.
Next item is 264J, Richards Hall and Lounge Inc. This is a $5,000 offer. This license was summarily suspended on November 8th.
And for the record, counsel's office is withdrawing charge number 1. It's in the CNC memo to the board, but it doesn't happen to appear on the agenda sheet.
Commissioner Fan?
I will accept 5,000.
Commissioner Ford?
5,000.
Chairman Bradley?
I'll accept.
Next items, 264K, 264L, 264M. This is an offer, the license is 4NY Inc. It's an offer of $15,000 to resolve three proceedings, one of which involved a summary suspension that was imposed on December 30th.
I will accept.
Commissioner Ford?
I'll accept $15,000.
Chairman Bradley?
I'll accept.
Next is 264N, Sal and Vic Corp. This is a $5,000 offer to resolve a matter where there was a summary suspension on December 24th.
5,000.
Commissioner Ford?
5,000 accept.
Chairman Bradley?
Accept 5,000.
Next is 264O, JNA Food Corp. This is a $5,000 offer. License was summarily suspended on January 10th.
Accept 5,000.
Commissioner Ford?
5,000 accept.
Chairman Bradley?
Accept.
Next item, 264P, Sheba Ethiopian Restaurant Inc. This is a $5,000 offer to resolve a matter where there was a summary suspension issued on December 27th.
Accept 5,000.
Commissioner Ford?
I would, based on the fact they've been since 2001 with no history, I would drop it to 4,000.
Chairman Bradley?
5,000.
Next items, 264Q, 264R, Rockstar Hotels Lic Inc. and 1101 43 Rest Sub LLC. It's an offer of $15,000 and a certification regarding how they address certain alleged violations. This is to resolve two matters. There was a summary suspension imposed on January 10th.
Yeah. For the record, members, the way in which the CNC read, I guess, it could be interpreted that a certification would be a condition of giving the license back. We contacted the licensee's counsel. The licensee's counsel sent a letter which we've included as a supplemental submission that reflects that substantially all of the corrections are completed and the rest are in progress. So to avoid making this offer contingent on some future certification, if that's the way it would be interpreted, I think the board can just accept the offer on the cash amount as long as that's acceptable. But obviously, it's your decision.
All right. Commissioner Fan?
Sorry, let me just look really fast at this second supplement. Corrected, in progress. Corrected. Okay, all right, I'll take, I'll accept 15,000.
Commissioner Ford,
I'll accept 15,000 as well.
Chairman Bradley.
15,000.
The next items are 264S, 264T, 264U. These are proposed advisories to extend the relief provided in existing advisories regarding COVID-19. One is for the safekeeping, one is for collection of civil penalties, the third is for the renewal applications without the required fees. So let me take me one at a time. First, the waiver of safekeeping.
I will
264S.
vote to approve as written.
Okay. Commissioner Ford,
I vote to approve as written.
Chairman Bradley.
I vote to approve as written.
All right, the next one regarding the deferral of the civil penalties until March 31st. Commissioner Fan,
The collection of civil penalties until March 31st. This was not how this was ordered in my
I'm
document.
sorry, there are three before you. One is for safekeeping, one is for civil penalties, and one is for the renewal applications. So,
Okay.
all right, so with respect to the civil penalty advisory.
Okay, I just have a small, on the third paragraph, the second line, small typo has been issued. I will say that I will vote to support this, but procedurally, I feel like perhaps we owe as far as due process, I think we at some point have to get these letters out and let people know about their penalties, just because I think the fact that there was an NOP and the fact that there is an existing penalty does count against the licensee in the event that they face another charge. And so I feel like at some point we have to let them know.
Right.
For now,
Commissioner Ford,
For now, I'll vote to approve as well, but I agree with Commissioner Fan. At some point, they should know.
and with the correction of the typo that Commissioner Fan mentioned, right?
Yeah, the word Ben, yes.
Right. Chairman Bradley?
Tom, how long are these for? 30 days?
No, these are all, as proposed, all three are to the end of March. Only because, we do have a short month and they would be coming back before you again.
All right, so for this one, the one that both commissioners have an issue with, just do that one for a month. And then I will have conversations with you and Sharif during that month and get them an answer.
All right, so then Commissioner Fan, are you good with respect to the civil penalty one, making
Yes.
the extension only to the 28th of February? Commissioner Ford?
Yes,
Okay, then. All right, let's move on then to the last one, which is the submission of the renewal applications without the renewal fees. That one's also proposed to be extended the current relief until the end of March.
that's fine. I agree with that.
And Commissioner Ford
I'm fine with as written as well.
and Chairman Bradley.
I approve it.
We're now going to move on. We have 4 requests for summary suspensions from counsel's office. The first item is 264V, Idolize Inc.
Good afternoon, members of the board. Lawrence Schwartz for counsel's office, respectfully requesting an emergency order of summary suspension pursuant to 4013 of the State Administrative Procedure Act. We're making this request as the result of an executive order violation putting the health, safety, and welfare of the public at risk. The subject premises is Tory Shin, a restaurant located on West 53rd Street in Manhattan. The subject premises has had an OP license since April 24th of 2015. The task force conducted the investigation in this matter on January 16th at about 6:40 p.m. Outside the premises is a structure on the street. It's made of wood. It has 3 separate rooms divided from each other. The larger room has 6 tables, which would seat 12 patrons. The smaller rooms have, excuse me, 2 tables, which seat 4 persons. Now, at the time of the inspection, the larger room had 10 patrons sitting in it, which is close to capacity. And one of the small rooms was empty. The other one was almost filled to capacity as well. In addition, the licensed premises was using an unapproved trade name, and there's a failure to supervise. There's no adverse history for this licensee in the last 5 years, but this licensee has engaged in conduct which is clearly in violation of the restrictions on licensed premises at this point in the pandemic. This structure was offering full indoor service for both food and dining. 2 of the occupied rooms were filled almost to capacity. This is the type of crowding, the type of conduct that the executive orders and the state liquor authority rules and Department of Health rules are designed to prevent. The licensee's conduct, I submit, is a danger to anyone using the licensed premises and also to anyone coming in contact with them. We respectfully submit that the licensee's actions are an imminent threat to public health, safety, and welfare, requiring summary suspension. Thank you.
Commissioner Fan, do you have any questions?
No, I don't have any questions.
Commissioner Ford, any questions?
No, I don't have any questions. Thank you.
Chairman Bradley?
I have no questions.
All right, with that, I'll call for the vote of the members. First, Commissioner Fan.
Based on evidence submitted by Council Larry, this location is presenting an imminent threat to public health, safety, and welfare because it's continuing indoor service, and I vote to summarily suspend this license.
Commissioner Ford, your vote, please.
Based on evidence presented by council, I also vote to summarily suspend this licensee.
Chairman Bradley.
Based on council's presentation, I vote to summarily suspend. It's clear this licensee is a risk to the public health, safety, and welfare.
Next item I have is 264W, Trattoria Toscana Inc.
Good afternoon. This is Margarita Marsico on behalf of Council's office, requesting that the members issue an order of summary suspension as to Trattoria Toscana Inc. pursuant to the State Administrative Procedure Act. There was a pending matter back in December 8th of 2020. One of our investigators inspected the premise at about 8:47 p.m. And the investigator saw the actual owner, Mr. Shalkim Lakia, working inside the premise while not wearing a mask. And there's photographs that are attached to that report, which I've submitted to the members. I would just note that this premise that Mr. Lakia was working in is licensed as a restaurant, serving liquor, wine, beer, and cider. They're permitted to have dancing. Mr. Lakia has had this license since March of 2019, and it's due to expire February 2021. And this premise is located at 4212 Highland Boulevard on Staten Island, which is a mixed residential commercial area. So after this inspection, the investigators did return. I would note Mr. Lakia did not receive a notice of pleading for that charge. It was still pending in our system, but he was visited, obviously, and he knew that the SLA had come to inspect. So on the 18th, the SLA returned. Investigator Jaworski was there at about 6:15 p.m. He inspected the premise and found an outdoor structure outside the licensed premise, which was enclosed on all sides. The structure was made of fabric and plastic panels, which were held together by metal. Inside the structure, there were 9 tables and 28 chairs. He took photographs of the 11 patrons who were eating and drinking inside the structure. As he was making his observations and documenting it, he saw a waiter taking out one of the panels from the structure, and he also saw Mr. Lakia taking out 2 panels from the structure. So when he made inquiry of Mr. Lakia about why he's not complying, the owner showed him the two sides that he just pulled out, the waiter had just pulled out. And the owner indicated that he was having difficulty keeping these panels open. And the investigator indicated in his report he didn't understand why there was an issue because they were able to be propped open. So it appears that the owner chose to keep all the sides closed in violation of the executive orders, and that he and his waiter, or at least he instructed his waiter to try to fix the situation because he absolutely knew and understood that he was willfully violating the law, and that shows his consciousness of guilt and knowledge that he was violating the law, the fact that he was trying to fix it right then and there. So we believe that this individual presents an imminent threat to the public health, welfare, and safety, and for because of this, we're requesting that you issue an order of summary suspension.
Thank you, Margarita. I would just add that if the members look at the pictures of what it looks like inside this structure, it's not an outdoor structure, really. It's an extension of the restaurant to a new fully enclosed 3 walls. The door that I think, and then there's a doorway that connects it to the interior of the restaurant. I don't know
very
what.
happy that we were able.
I don't know what panels the owner, in the midst of being inspected, decided to try to prop open, but it's not clear to me that even if those, I don't see how if those panels were open, this would be a legal outdoor space anyway. It's not.
No, I mean, Gary, just to add to that, this isn't even a temporary structure. This is a complete enclosure of their deck off the restaurant with a completely enclosed roof. And no, there's no argument here that this could even be remotely close to outdoors.
It looks like, I mean, it's really done really nicely. It's a nice looking area. But it does look permanent, and it's definitely, unfortunately, creates an indoor dining situation without question.
Mm-hmm.
That after this is all over with will be great, but not now.
Any questions from anyone else? I'll take that as a no, and we'll proceed with the vote. Commissioner Fan?
Based on evidence presented by Council Marsico, this location is violating the governor's executive orders surrounding COVID-19, and it's creating an imminent threat to public health, safety, and welfare because it's continuing indoor service, which is unallowable right now. And I'm voting to summarily suspend this license.
Commissioner Ford?
I find that I have no other choice but to go with council's recommendation and vote to summarily suspend as well.
Chairman Bradley?
Based on council's presentation, and in particular the pictures that were submitted, it's clear that this licensee is a risk to the public health, safety, and welfare, and I vote to summarily suspend.
Next item I have is 264X, La Negra Restaurant Corp.
Good afternoon, Stephen Armstrong on behalf of Council's Office, in support of the summary suspension of this licensee, which is doing business as La Cuisine de Alex Cafe Bar and Lounge, located at 102-03 Jamaica Avenue in Richmond Hill, Queens. This is an OP license with a method of operation as a restaurant. License was first issued in December of 2014. The conduct at issue here, there was a follow-up inspection by SLA investigator Stravali on January 19th. This was in response to incidents that occurred at the premises on January 17th. Now, on the 17th at approximately 1:10 a.m., officers from the 102nd Precinct responded to a 911 call for an assault at the licensed premises. Upon arriving, they found an individual in front of the location who stated that he had been slashed in the neck while he was preparing to leave. This individual was immediately taken to a hospital by EMS. According to the police reports, the responding officers observed that the premises appeared to still be operating, but they were not able to gain entry because the front door was locked. No one inside came to the door to let them in. Later that morning, police received a second call regarding an individual who was struck in the head with a bottle while waiting for a taxi outside the premises at approximately 1 o'clock a.m. This individual had taken himself to the hospital rather than calling 911. After the SLA received these reports, investigators Travali reached out to the victims by phone to conduct follow-up interviews. Both of these victims stated that they had been patrons of the establishment prior to being assaulted. They both stated that there were approximately 20 patrons inside the premises in a room in the rear of the location. These patrons were drinking, listening to music, and smoking hookah, basically business as usual. Both victims gave very similar descriptions of what was going on that night. Following this, investigator Travali conducted an inspection of the premises on January 19th, approximately 11:15 p.m. He observed this unauthorized rear room, which was described by the victims. It does not appear on the licensee's approved diagrams. Investigators Travali observed there were tables and chairs and televisions set up in this area, although there were no patrons at the time of this inspection. Investigators Travali also spoke to the licensee principal, who stated that he was not present for the January 17th incidents, but he did state that there could have been 20 patrons inside at that time. The licensee principal and another employee who was present were not wearing facial coverings during this inspection also. The conduct at issue here on January 17th is a clear violation of Executive Order 202.81. This violation is, of course, made worse by the fact that staff at the premises did not permit police to enter at the time of the incident, likely to conceal the fact that they still had patrons inside. The licensee also has a previous executive order violation from July 29th of 2020, where staff members of the premises were observed without proper patient coverings. And the licensee has entered a conditional no contest plea on that matter. So the licensee is clearly on notice that they need to take measures to ensure that executive orders are being followed. Unfortunately, they continue to operate the premises in a manner that threatens the public health, safety, and welfare. And based on this record, I ask the members vote to summarily suspend this license pursuant to Section 413 of the State Administrative Procedure Act. Thank you.
Thank you, Stefan. I just wanted to add that in addition to being open inside in an area that's not even on their diagram for their licensed premises, they were open well after curfew. There was obviously violence taking place inside. It was not only not reported to the police couldn't even get inside when they got there, and there is evidence that they cleaned up blood from the crime scene on the night in question. So in addition to not being able to be trusted to comply with the executive orders, there's a serious concern that this premise will not be able to supervise disorder that leads to violence and slashing, and will attempt to cover it up instead of getting the help it needs from law enforcement to police the situation.
All right, Commissioner Fan, any questions?
Stefan, can I just clarify? So the beer bottles happened, the beer bottle situation occurred outside, right?
Yes, that's correct.
The slashing occurred inside?
Yes, so according to the victim, he was near the door waiting to leave. Someone came to the door, was trying to get in, but someone allowed that person inside, and as soon as he came in, he attacked the victim in that case. But he was still inside the premises when it happened.
Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you.
All right, Commissioner Ford, any questions?
No, I don't have any questions. Thank you.
Chairman Bradley, any questions?
I have no questions.
All right, let's have the vote of the members then. Commissioner Fan.
Based on evidence presented by Council Armstrong, this location, for multiple reasons, is an imminent threat to public health, safety, and welfare, and I vote to summarily suspend this license.
Commissioner Ford, your vote, please.
Based on evidence presented by council, I find this place to be a danger to the public health, safety, and welfare. I also vote to summarily suspend.
Chairman Bradley, your vote.
Based on council's presentation, I vote to summarily suspend. It's clear this licensee is a threat to the public health, safety, and welfare.
But the next item I have is 00264Y, HIP at Murray Street, LLC.
Good afternoon, members of the authority. Robert Blackley for Counsel's Office. Today is Wednesday, January 20th, 2021. Last night was Tuesday, January 19th, 2021, and Senior Investigator Pardo, visited this premises, which is located at 102 North End Avenue in New York County. It's doing business as Harry's Italian. Obviously, it's within the city of New York, and since effective December 14th, 2020, pursuant to Executive Order 202.81, and that's been extended by the governor pursuant to Executive Order 202.89. Indoor dining has been suspended within the city of New York until at least February 6, 2021. Again, this licensee has been issued a license as a full on-premise liquor license since May 30th, 2012. Again, last night, Investigator Pardo, at about 6:20 p.m., looked inside the location from outside and saw several people sitting or standing at the bar. Once she entered about 6:30 p.m., she indicated that there were, in her report and the photos that the members have, that there were approximately 7 persons inside the location, 7 patrons inside the location, 4 in a group standing at the bar, at least 2 of whom were consuming from beer glasses, and from the photographs, it appeared all were maskless and not social distancing, as well as she indicates in the report that there were 2 persons sitting at a table. They appear to be casually drinking or conversing again, appear to be maskless, and then there was a final person sitting at a table at a computer. The only employees that she encountered was a female cashier who was not identified, and the chef. The female cashier could not locate the license. Finally, she located a manager by telephone who, after a few minutes, directed the cashier to find the license, which was on a shelf. And in fact, it was a license that was expired in 2016. The license has gone through several renewal cycles since then. So it indicates that the licensee is not particularly paying attention to detail. And the chef and the cashier both indicated to Investigator Pardo that there was no one in charge, and again, there was no manager. Apparently, the female cashier did not have any managerial responsibilities in the application. The licensees, there were 2 principals, a Paul Lamas and a Peter Polakakos, indicated that they would be managing the premises, but they were not present. The investigator instructed the 2 employees that no persons may be consuming inside the premises, and 3 of the 7 persons exited. The cashier indicated that these people were waiting for their food order. The guidelines on the state liquor laws website are very clear. When persons are picking up a delivery item, they should not be lingering inside the premises. In fact, the most appropriate thing would be, again, we're in 2021. These persons should have been text when their order was ready. Again, this is Battery Park City. There are plenty of places where these persons could have gone waiting for their order to be prepared if that was the case. But again, it seems to be that by the fact that 3 of the people just left without a food order, it seemed to indicate that perhaps the cashier was not being totally forthcoming to Investigator Pardo. But clearly the licensee has violated the executive order, which prohibits any sort of indoor service. Again, the licensee inexplicably did not have anyone in charge at the premises. Again, this was a Tuesday evening. Again, these persons, if the manager was present, the appropriate thing for the manager to do is to indicate to these people they may not linger inside the location. Again, maskless, not social distancing, and that they should just wait for their order. So based on that, the council submits this to the members for emergency order summary suspension of this license. There's been no prior documented EO inspections. The only adverse history is in discrepancy as to the address from 2015, whether on Murray Street or North End Avenue. So with that, this matter is submitted to the members.
All right, Commissioner Fan, do you have any questions? Okay, Commissioner Ford, any questions?
You said they were there last night, Mr. Buckley. About what time?
Investigator Pardo indicated she made her outside surveillance beginning at 6:20 p.m., entered about 6:30 p.m., and then was there just for a few minutes to get the license and then get and instruct the employees to have these patrons leave the premises. So she was there for approximately 15-20 minutes after 6:20 p.m.
Thank you. No further questions.
Chairman Bradley, any questions?
I have no questions.
All right, with that, I'm going to call for the vote of the members. First, Commissioner Fan.
Based on evidence presented by Council Buckley, this licensee is absent from his own licensed premise and not supervising properly. And there's also an imminent threat to public health, safety, and welfare because of their continued indoor service. I'm voting to summarily suspend this liquor license.
Commissioner Ford, your vote, please.
Based on evidence presented by council, I am also voting to summarily suspend this license.
And Chairman Bradley, your vote.
Based on council's presentation, I vote to summarily suspend it to clear this licensee is a risk to the public health, safety, and welfare.
All right. Chairman, I have no other items on today's calendar. Do you have anything else?
No, I don't. Thank you all.
All right, with that, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.